I see with most entrepreneurs is that they spend too much time wasting time, too much time, too many hours with their hand in so many different pots trying to make things happen. And I'm not even just talking about new entrepreneurs. I'm really also talking about my folks who are already getting clients, my folks who are already generating revenue, my folks who are already like, yo, I feel like I already have a system that's allowing me to make money. I'm talking to you. This is automation and advertising are going to be two things that's going to save you so much time, because most of the time we're working our core functions of what we do in our business. And you know, we're out here. You might be coaching and speaking, or if you got a service-based business, you know, you might, I don't care if you cutting grass, you cutting hair, I don't care if you an accountant, you a lawyer, right? You're doing some type of service-based business. I work a lot with people who are in like the knowledge of the expert industry, coaches, speakers, authors, some people who package what they know into some product or service that people will buy to advance their life, right? But regardless of what it is, most of us waste time because we don't take the time on the front end to learn and set up what we need to set up. So that stops us from being more successful. And if the only thing that we did was, all right, let me figure out how I don't have to do this manually. Okay, let me figure out this. Let me really understand this advertising game. So now I could spend time not having to message people, not having to DM people, not having to, you know, comment on every single post, not having to like a bunch of people post, not having to follow a ton of people, right? If you don't want to, if all of these manual things that takes literally hours and hours and hours of your day, if all you can do is run an ad that runs 24/7 while you're sleeping, and give you direct access to your core ideal client, something that even if you ran a ad with Kim Kardashian, that doesn't mean that her followers is your core audience. That's one of the best parts about advertising. So one is, are you even leveraging it, and what are the best ways to leverage it? But then also leveraging the automation behind it, because it's the automation that saves you from doing the manual task. Automating the emails that come in from Facebook, right? Or automating the email, the email responses, or, all of those type of things. So those are some of the things we're going to talk about. So if you're excited, go ahead and put excited below. Let me know that you're here. Let me show you some love. Let me give some hearts. Let me know that you're here. I want to show you some acknowledgement, and I'm excited about this today, because this is something that, as I started to scale my business, I really understood, okay, the more that I can set up something one time and get results from it over and over and over and over and over again, the more successful I'll be, the more people that I can be able to help, the more lives I will be able to transform. And then it's only up from there. So that's really why I want to talk about advertising and automation today, how they play together, how you can use them, how you can leverage them both in order to take your business to the next level. So let's go. Put ready below. Give me some like, give me some love. And then also what we're going to do is I'm going to give you some resources to take your business to the next level. And then we'll open up the floor for any kind of Q&A if you have any questions. All right. So, let's do it. So biggest thing for me is, number one, advertising, right? And then we'll get into automation, but advertising, right? So I think a lot of us, especially if you've been in business, or especially if you're already successful, I mean, you understand how important it is, marketing and advertising in business. Like you already do it. You understand that. I think the biggest thing when it comes to advertising is setting it up in a way that you feel best meets or suits your needs. And let me tell you what I mean by that. It's like there's a million different ways you can advertise your business. You can advertise your business on billboards. You can advertise your business. I heard somebody one time say butt cheek marketing, which is, I think it's Billy Jean. Shout out to Billy Jean. He said butt cheek marketing because it's like, how you have the on the benches, right? You have you can market like on the benches. I thought that was funny. But you can market in magazines. You can use influencer marketing. So there's a lot of different ways you can advertise and you can market your business. But the reason I say you want to do it in a way that really suits your needs is because you have to determine how much work or effort you want to put in, or how you want to be able to tap into the market. Because you remember, there's certain marketing mechanisms that you can use that will only tap certain markets or tap certain parts of the market. Does that make sense? Like, so for example, if you are, you know, you want to advertise, but you're trying to, you know, you're trying to help out, I don't know. I mean, senior citizens are on Facebook, but, you know, let's just say, you know, anybody who's 80, you have a product or service with anybody who's 80 plus years old. And you say, yo, 80 plus year olds, I have this product or this service that I know is going to change their life. Well, you might want to find, there might be certain places where 80-year-olds hang out that, you know what I'm saying, that may, you know, that may or may not be online. It may or may, they may not be on social media. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of really depends on your market, and it depends on how you want to promote. You got newspapers, you got all of these, but for me, I like to do something where I can set something up one time, and then I can look at my schedule and then say, okay, I need to work on this again. Not something that is, I can't really track. And I've learned this over the years. When I first started, I didn't really understand it or really learn it. I was just like, yo, let me just like put it out, and then I would just throw things against the wall. But now I'm much more strategic about where I put my money, where I put my time, where I put my, you know, where my things are going to be displayed based on branding and things of that nature, right? And for me, I was like, you know, the offline methods are great, but it kind of depends on what you have offline. Maybe if you have an offline gym, putting flyers in people's doors might be a good way to go. But for most service-based businesses, especially if you can get clients online. So this is another thing too. Is like, are you somewhere where you can get clients online? Even if it's marketing, because if you have a brick and mortar business, let's say you got a pizza shop, well, you're not shipping pizzas out to people, right? However, you can still leverage Facebook ads to people who live in your zip code or your area, and you can get a lot of foot traffic that way. So that's why I said, really, if you have any product or service, you really want to leverage advertising, and Facebook ads is really one of the best ways to do it, because a lot of people are on Facebook, right? Unless your audience is like super, super, super young, which, by the way, you can market to parents, or maybe if it's super old and, you know, then I don't know, going to senior citizen homes or something might be more effective for you. But I would say for 99% of people, your audience is on Facebook. So you really want to be leveraging Facebook ads. Really any kind of ads on any platform, but Facebook is the platform right now that has the most active users, over 3.9 billion active users on the Facebook platform. So you really want to focus on running your advertisements there. But the first thing is you got to learn it, you got to understand it. You have to, if you're going to be doing it, right? And I'll give you a resource to help you out with that. But you really need to leverage it in a way where, listen, even if you put in $5 a day, it's worth it. Most people buy Starbucks every day on the way to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, most people are just spending money frivolously. You know, I remember, I remember having jobs where every day during lunch, I would buy lunch every day. If that's you, that's me, right? Where I would buy lunch, and my lunch would range anywhere from, let's say, $8 and some change to maybe $15. I might get a salad, I might get a chicken wrap, a chicken Caesar wrap, I might get this, let me get the drink. You know what, today I also want to throw in the chips, right? You know, I want to get I like to eat the what is it called, with the you have the almonds in it, and then you have like the chocolate on the bottom. And it comes in a clear wrapper. I know you're gonna think about it. I'm probably gonna remember it after I do this training, right? And if you know exactly what I'm talking about, which I'm sure y'all do, put it in the comments, right? So you start buying all of these snacks for lunch, or you might eat out for dinner, or you buying breakfast. All of this adds up. But guess what? You could have took that same $5-10 and you could have put it towards Facebook ads. What's gonna be a better investment? Boiling out for lunch, or boiling out for breakfast, or spending $10 a day on Facebook ads? What's going to give you a higher ROI at the end of the month? If I'm spending $10 a day on Facebook ads, That's $300 a month that I'm spending on ads. Let's say you have a product or service, and let's just use I'm gonna use a low end. Let's just say $1,000, right? Usually, I recommend starting off your programs minimum $1,500, $2,000. High ticket service programs are usually like $2,000 and above, but let's just say $1,000 just to make it easy, make it safe, right? So if you said $1,000, now if I invested $300 that month, even if I only got one client, what is that? That's $1,000, which means I got a $700 profit in 1 month. $700 profit. That's only if you got one client. What's more than likely going to happen, if you at least know how to explain how you can help somebody, what's more likely going to happen is you spend that. I don't see any reason why you shouldn't get 3 to 5 clients in a month. I can definitely see, as long as you're not terrible, I could definitely see you at least getting 2 clients. So let's say you get 2 clients, you spend $300, you get 2 clients, you just got a $1,700 ROI on a basically a low value service for a $300 budget. Lunch is not going to do that. Breakfast, you're losing money. You're going to look up at the end of the month and you're going to have less money. And a lot of times you're going to have less energy too. So the first thing is you got to get it up, you got to get it running, and you have to just do it. Right? When I started doing this, and I really didn't even know what I was doing. I really didn't even know the best strategies to run ads. I didn't know anything about split testing. I didn't know anything about headlines. I didn't know anything about copy. I didn't know anything about, like images. I didn't know anything about messaging. I didn't know any of that, right? What's the best places to target or best niches to target? I didn't really know any of that. But the first thing is the advertising. So let's get that up and let's get that running. So that's the first thing. Now, let's look over, and if that makes sense, go ahead and put make sense below. Now, let's also look at the automation side of it. So the automation side of it is what's really going to help you take it to the next level, because this is going to save you hours. Now, first, the advertising itself is already going to save you hours. That runs 24/7. So now, no messaging, no DMing. You don't really have to do that, because now you have people who are coming directly to your phone, and literally you could just reach out to them, or they can book an appointment with you, right? Which will save you hours, right? Easily save you 3 to 5 hours, easily. So I would say that's probably 5 hours you just saved. And then with another automation, I should say that should save you at least another 2-3 hours in a week. So what are you automating? So you're automating certain things, like you're automating emails that come through. So remember, when you have somebody opt in to your landing page or whatever resource you're giving them, they're going to sign in. They're going to sign up for this service. So really, let's back up. Really, when soon as somebody signs up to get whatever you're giving them, the first thing you need to give them is whatever they signed up for. That's just integrity. That's just like doing what you're supposed to do. So they signed up for an ebook. They signed up for some type of, checklist, some type of infographic, some type of white paper, some type of training, some type of webinar, some type of something. Soon as they sign up, they should get access to it, or they should get the information that they need. They should get the details. They should get whatever resource it is. So that's, first of all, that's automation, because you have to set up the pages to where as soon as somebody signs up, they automatically get redirected to a page that gives them access to whatever that resource is. So that's one thing. Another thing is you want to set up automation in terms of like the email sequences. So anytime somebody signs up with us, even if they become a client or they sign up as a resource, we have an automation. We have an email sequence set up that provides them, that gives them access to the resource. So that first email, you want them to have access to the resource, but then it also has a follow-up email sequence that provides them value. And that's great for you, because if you have a YouTube channel, you could give them your YouTube. If you have Instagram, give them that. If you have, I don't know, whatever, it could be testimonials, it could be your website, it can be whatever, but have something that allows you to be able to set up automation in a way where it allows you to continue deepen a relationship with your client, or with your potential client, or whoever your audience is. So you want to set up automation from that standpoint. If you want to set up text message automation, you could do the same thing, where now once they opt in, you can give them the link via text message, and then you can also keep them updated and informed of things that are happening in that direction. You want to do if it's more, I don't want to say complicated, but if you're doing more of a training, that's going to require a little bit more automation, because now you need to do reminders for the training. Now you need to make sure that people show up to the training. So that's going to take automation. Once people go through the training, that's going to take automation to really, you might want to do, I see people who do like summary notes of a training. They might do, you might provide an offer. So if it's an offer, you got to do your follow-up sequence for the offer, right? So it really depends on what you're setting it up, but you got to sit down first and then say, okay, what's the objective of the advertising that I'm going to do? That might be retargeting. That might be they signing up for a lead magnet or a free resource. That might be they're booking appointments with me. Whatever it is, like you have to say, I'm setting up my ads. I'm doing this on Facebook, and this is my budget. I'm gonna spend $10 a day. You're gonna be like, yo, my boy Terrell, Coach T was right. Let me spend $10 a day, and let me see what I can get shaken in the next month, right? Now for us, I really require us, like our clients, I like my clients to run more than that, usually a multiple of that. If you say idealistically, my top, because we have a Facebook ads agency. So my top clients were running, I got them at about $100 a day, right? So, and they want to scale more, but I'm telling them like, no, we're not going to spend 10 grand this month, right? Let's scale first. I said, we're going to get to, because one of my clients, he was like, yo, I want to spend this amount of money. And I'm like, all right, look, we could spend the 10 grand, but let's scale it up first, right? And we start at a lower amount. So you really have to think about the advertising side of it. And if you need coaching and consulting, obviously you want to get help on that. But then also the automation, and then also that needs to be set up. Now, I get a lot of questions. I get questions from folks who are like, yo, I'm not techie. I'm not this. I don't know how to do this. Where do I find information? How do I get training on that? Right? So that's where we provide the additional resources, right? But advertising and automation, those are two things that's going to save you a lot of time. It's going to save you a lot of money. When I started running Facebook ads, my whole life changed. It changed because I didn't have to do as much manual effort. Now I still do manual, I still go live, I still do trainings, I still do things manually to continue to serve and nurture the audience and show love. But in terms of people who are ready to take action or ready to get some things done, or you want to get clients, you definitely want to be running ads. So that's the first thing. And then the automation side of it we talked about, right? Setting up the automation so you can save a lot of time, not having to manually follow up with people for links, not having to manually say, hey, did you get access to that? Not having to manually do a reminder, hey, can you show up to today's webinar? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you ready to buy this thing? You don't got to do none of that. You can set all that up through automation. If you loving this, by the way, go ahead and put love in this below. Give this some heart, give this some love. Let me know that this is really helpful to you, that you're taking some things away from this. And I'm gonna give you a couple of resources, and then if you have any questions, then we'll answer it. So, one, if you are in a place right now where you're like, I'm ready to start running some ads, regardless of what the budget is, you just need to have a budget. If you're ready to run ads and you're like, but I need some assistance with it, I need the strategy. What's your strategy? Then I'm going to give you my cheat sheet. I got a 1-page Facebook ads cheat sheet that's going to show you specifically, we call it the playbook to paid ads, right? So if you want the playbook to paid ads and you want my blueprint for how we run ads, like just so you know, this same blueprint I've used on one of my clients that I'm using with my clients, and one of my clients got 1,000% ROI her first week with the same resource that I'm giving you right now. So if you want that, go ahead and put cheat sheet below, or shoot me a DM that says cheat sheet, and I'll make sure that I get that out to you. All right. So that's the first resource. Second is if you're like, yo, I'm loving this. I know I want to run ads, but one, I don't have the time. I'm too busy. I'm doing all these things. I got kids, I got jobs, my health, whatever, but I want to do it because I'm passionate and I want to get this out to the world, whatever your service is. And whether you're in that situation or whether you just don't have the patience to learn it, you just like, yo, I just know me. I'm not going to sit my ass down and learn it, but I know the importance of it and I want to do it. If you find yourself in one of those categories, or if you just like, yo, it's just too much technical for me to really like figure it out, it's going to take too long and I'm not going to be patient with it. If you're in any one of those categories, then go ahead and put Facebook ads below or shoot me a DM that says Facebook ads. And then what I'll do is, I'll meet with you and then kind of see what you need. And we'll figure out, if we can help it or if we can't help. All right. And if we can, then I'll allow you to be able to apply to be one of our clients for the agency. All right. So is that helpful? I'm glad. I'm hoping it is. And I'm seeing you out here. I'm seeing lovingness. Let's go. Let's get it. All right. So let's answer any questions if we have any. What questions do we have? If you have any, go ahead and put them below. Meanwhile, if we do have any, if we do, if we don't, it doesn't matter to me. But I'll leave it with this. Make sure that you set up A&A, advertising and automation. Start advertising your business. If you are struggling with consistency, you need to have some type of system that's going to allow you to advertise your business consistently. If you struggle with lead generation, you need something that's going to generate you leads on a consistent basis, period. Other than that, your business will never get off the ground. Your service will never get off the ground. You will never get coaching clients consistently or speaking engagements consistently or filling up your events consistently. Whatever it is, whatever product or service that you have, you need something that operates consistently outside of your own personal effort. Because guess what? If your whole advertising and business and promotions of your business just relies on you, what happens when you get sick and you can't do it for a day or for a week? What happens if you have a death in the family? What happens if something you have to get 2-3 additional jobs now? So now you're too busy. What happens if something happens in your life? There's so many things that can happen where it could throw off your consistency. But what if there was a technology that allowed you to get your product in front of your ideal perfect core audience and fans consistently 24/7 and get leads of those people who would be a perfect fit for your service? What if that existed? Wouldn't that be great? And what if it was affordable enough that you can do it? And not only the elite, not only millionaires can have, not only billionaires have access to it, not only Fortune 500 have access to it or celebrities have access. What if the common man and woman have access to this technology? Wouldn't that be great? Welcome to Facebook ads, ladies and gentlemen. Right? Welcome to advertising, right? So that's what this does. You can spend $5-10 a day. You can advertise consistently 24/7 while you sleep, while you eat, while you playing with your kids, while you at work. Leverage it. Leverage it right now. Leverage it. And then you could go from that, and then you could do YouTube. We also do YouTube ads too. Go from that, go to YouTube. And then those are like the two core. Once you're done with those and you got those running and those are profitable, then move on to the other stuff. Move on to the LinkedIn or move on, TikTok has ads or Google ads or, what I'm saying? Like move on to the other things. But minimum, I would say even before influencer marketing, and you start working with celebrities, and you could do that too, but do something that's going to last. Like I was telling one of my peers the other day, I said, Joe, you know how crazy it is that the Shade Room actually charges people $6,000 per post. And they're going to delete the post 3 hours after you pay them the money. Crazy, right? As opposed to $300 and it stays up for 30 days. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, it's so crazy. So make sure that you guys are doing it. If you want the help, make sure that you get the blueprint. So go ahead and put cheat sheet below. And that cheat sheet, I'll send it to you. I'll DM it to you, message it to you, so you have access to the cheat sheet that you can use it if you want to run ads yourself. If you want us to run it for you, then obviously, put Facebook ads below or shoot me a DM that says Facebook ads, and we'll be able to help you as well. All right, and I'll have that conversation with you. Other than that, I love you all. Continue to be great, and we do this every single day at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. All right, where we're learning, we're leveling up your business. All right, so today is Monopoly Mondays for recharging your business. This is our daily show that we do, and we stream across all platforms. So other than that, let's continue to be great. All right, and I'll see you on tomorrow's Recharge Your Business session. Let's work.